tanks and damage healers are getting their own healing passive. Won't be as good as supports, but so let's see their reasoning for this. So if they want to take a bit of the pressure off of support players, blah blah blah. They have their tug of war, and so yeah, they still want Overwatch to be defined by team strategy, but we want to pull back this tug of war between the team and the individual players. So now, looking at that, Fish, what does this spell for the gameplay and future of Overwatch 2? Whether it be... He just sent the fucking photo. Anyways, whether... yeah. Whether that... Whether that be, say, maybe flanking as, say, a Tracer becomes improved, or maybe Sombra becomes even more Sombra-y, what does that entail? What is the insight into that? Especially since you're a support player, I think you could give.
So, like, similarly to when they removed the second tank, you're gonna have a lot more time to do not just heal botting, which is probably fine because supports are kind of broken when they're not just heal botting. And on the DPS side of things, I mean, sure, it means that you can take like harder flanks, but it doesn't it doesn't diminish the value of teamwork. It just makes not teamwork better. So gameplay wise, I don't think much is going to change, but I think it's probably healthy on like a quick play level if your supports are bad.
Okay, I see what you mean. So kind of, it seems to give just a little bit of a minor buff to supports who are already pretty powerful in the game at the moment. Because if they're not healing, then they're destroying your entire team.
I mean, basically, yeah. Like, they do as much damage as DPS, they're just kind of like held back by the fact that if they do that, then their team suffers for it. So
they're held back by their 9-to-5 job.
Yeah, basically, right? They can only shoot when they're off the clock. So it's gonna make that easier because you might even have like one less person to heal, and then like that's probably gonna be like a DPS. So you have two supports maybe responsible for like a tank and a DPS. They're gonna be really free to do whatever they want, and that's obviously gonna depend on like how strong that that flanking DPS is, because again, like I feel like the point that people are missing is like, oh, it's just going to be TDM, but it's like this doesn't change how good team play is, because if you have someone hard flanking, they get pushed by like a DPS who does have the help of a support, they're still going to win that. So that's still like the better option. You still want team play. I mean, obviously if it's broken, you know, that's going to be interesting, but like
it all keeps
in all
tumbling
likelihood
down.
it doesn't. Yeah, in all likelihood, I honestly don't see this changing too much, because like the team play stuff is still what you want to have because it's going to be the best option. I think this is just gonna like reduce frustration, like if your supports are dead or if they're bots, like it might be a bit more fun to play the video game.
Oh, okay, I got you. So really, it doesn't seem like anything that significant. But I do want to think of one point right here. So, you know, there are health packs in the game. So say you're going on a flank. Why would you wait to heal out of combat when you could just go to a health pack? Because you already gave the example as supports, you know, it can give you a little bit more time to be like, haha, shoot. But if you're flanking and there's already health packs around, it kind of feels like you're... It's like you're doubling up on kind of like the same thing, because there's no real issue with health packs. I mean, unless the health pack has been taken by Sombra or someone, and you got to sit there staring at the health pack. You don't have to wait.
Right.
I mean, I think that's the only real scenario that you could use that in, but I don't. This doesn't really seem that interesting for flankers, because flankers are meant to take health packs and fight over the health packs.
That's what they're for, yeah. So like what it does though is like because previously you were limited to like where the health packs actually are, and now instead of like, it might just be faster to wait for your passive healing than actually go take a health pack. Or if you get poked out and you're on a high ground, and they're not going to put like a health pack on a high ground because they put the health packs in like pretty weird spaces that are out of the way. Because like if they were just on a high ground, that'd be broken, right? Because if the health pack is like on a space that you actually want to be in, you could just abuse that. Like that's so good. So they aren't there. So what that lets you do is it lets you have more spaces that are like, you don't actually need a health pack. Health pack is nice, but you can go more places now. Like if you go to somewhere that has a health pack, you can maybe like heal a bit, get shot, take the health pack, and you have more effective health too, which is something you could do. So it's like, realistically, it's just like you have more space to do what health packs did without actually needing a health pack.
Okay, I get what you mean by that. Basically it opens up more avenues than focusing on the point of where the health pack is.
Yeah, like mostly that's going to be high grounds and stuff.
Okay, so going off of that, so say if you're Sombra, you don't need to just sit around by the health pack. You could just sit, heal up, and then be like, hi guys, it's gaming time.
So it's like, depending on the numbers, it might be higher uptime. But
Okay.
is it fundamentally changing what you're doing? No.
I think they should make it broken. I think that'd be really fun.
That would be very funny. I hope they don't, because then the fight would become super split, because a lot of like what space is considered good is where your team can help you. And if you don't necessarily need your team's help because your passive is just really, really good, then I don't know, it'd be really, really weird. I think you'd see a lot if that ended up happening. I think you would end up seeing like a lot of like, I mean, you're probably still gonna see again, it's like not like affecting how the game works. Like it's still like it's how you get healed, right? It's not like breaking the game. It's affecting how what's good. Like if you still want to like control this high ground, like do you need a support to come with you, or can your support play like somewhere else, or do you need to drop down to the health pack and then go back up to the high ground, or can you just wait on the high ground? And like if you are going to be like hard flanking, which some people seem to think this will do, it's like you're still probably just going to like lose a 1v2 to like a Lucio plus a DPS, or a Brig plus a DPS, or it's like someone will turn back for you. So like
Okay.
I don't know, I don't see it change. If it is broken,
it'd be funny. It'd be really funny.
It'd be a little silly. I just don't see it affecting that much. I think it's going to be a good quality of life thing when your supports suck.
Okay.
And it might change how you flank, but it's not actually going to change what you do, unless it's broken.
Unless it's broken.
I don't see that.
I think they should make it broken. Come on, Fish. You know, you want to see some more silliness in Overwatch. You know, it could use a bit of. I'm kidding, but going back to that, then really it's just minor position changes with a little bit of quality of life. Say, do you really need to drop down to heal someone, or they can just handle it themselves, and you can set it on the high ground. So it seems more just minor gameplay elements this is going to adjust. Or it's like lower elo is hell. So
Yeah.
lower elo is hell. So I don't think hell is getting any better.
I mean, it might. You know, it's legitimately frustrating when your supports are bad. So this will help.
It's
a lot
like
of the time you see like people just like running it down mid, right, in like metal ranks. And if you're actually like playing the video game and taking side space, you will very frequently just like get hard poked out by the death balls in mid. So if this you know, you will get healed because like again you have 4 people running it down mid. So this will let you like make the side space a bit better if your team is hard stacking, because you can kind of do it on yourself. So I think it'll help for people who have a brain, but like if you have 10 gold players bonking into each other, it's not really gonna do much.
like the little bit of aloe vera in the middle of a desert.
I don't think that's quite the analogy you were going for, but I get the idea, yeah.
You get the idea. As long as you get the idea, there's only so much aloe vera that you can use in a I'm gonna stop while I'm ahead.
Yeah, okay. I don't think you were ahead.
I think I was always behind.
No, it was more a cutting your losses thing, I think, yeah.
Yeah, I was always behind. Now, the one last thing at the start of this, I said it all comes back to paladins.
I don't like that.
It all comes back to paladin. This is the paladins patch, Fish. It's the paladins patch. Paladins had self-healing. Now Overwatch. I mean, it didn't really matter that much in paladins,
No.
but point being, it's funny. It's funny. It's funny.
And that's the thing, though, because it's like out of combat and paladins, like at a high level, wasn't like the most impactful thing in the world. Like it was good. It let your DPS sort of sustain on those flank routes, but again, there were no health packs, right? You were already kind of doing this in Overwatch because you had those health packs. It was a different system to accomplish the same thing. So, but like how out of combat healing actually affected paladins like at a decent level was mostly for supports, because you could use your healing on other people instead of having to use it on yourself. But you already had that in Overwatch too. So like, I don't know. People are saying the sky is falling. I just don't see it. But it didn't affect paladins. It's not going to affect Overwatch too much, unless it's silly broken.
Haha, so basically that's kind of what it depends on. Otherwise, then this is kind of just like a little bit of rain coming, rehydrating the crops that have been slowly withering away. I'm gonna stop with analogies.
You're on fire with yeah.
The analogies. It's just my thing, Fish. I think I should just stop. I think. Because there's not really much to go off of otherwise with this. There's nothing really else that's kind of interesting.
No, we don't know the values. We don't know like what other balance stuff, because they said that there were other stuff going on. They said they regret telling people about this because there's a lot of other stuff going on in Season 9 apparently. So it's like, that's what I'm more scared about.
Oh, what are the other things? We decide to give the hamster a million guns. The hamster now has a million guns. Okay.
I mean, he can use it. The character sucks.
You can't say that about Hamster. Hamster has a PhD, or probably.
Hamster's some dookie.
No, don't say that about Hamster. We love Hamster. Hamster is good. Otherwise?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think that's kind of it then. It's more, what are the other changes coming? Because this, I did see this. I was like, I don't really know if there's that many interesting changes to it. And then with your opinion, doesn't really seem to be that much interesting either, unless the numbers are just, it depends on what the numbers that are going to be released are. Otherwise, it's like, well, we don't know. It could either be as like, oh, that's nice too. Oh my God, I shot the Lucio 1 million. Like they're lit for 9,000, and then Lucio comes back like, hey guys, in like half a second. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, even though it's tanking DPS, I shot the Cassidy for 1 million, and then Cassidy came back and was like, "Hey guys, it's high noon."
328.
Fish.
It's 328 here.
Fish. Let's play some fucking casual games.
Yeah.